The video you're about to see might have to do with music theory. Don't worry, it's way simpler than you think, I promise you. Let me prove it to you with my free Music Theory DNA course, which is going to put you on the right path to learning those hard to understand concepts in a super easy and healthy way. Check out guitarinfusion.com, enter your best email address. I'll be sending you that free course right away. But for now, let's get into the video. Promise that those faces are not on purpose. I promise you. Today, well, first of all, today I'm playing a Les Paul type guitar. This is from my friends at Thomann, so thank you, Thomann. This is a Harley Benton guitar. It's really, really good. I'll make a full review on this at some point pretty soon. But in the meantime, today we're going to talk about dirty playing, but not in the way that you think. We're going to make it sound sophisticated, yet keep some, not so sophisticated stuff in there. And the whole point of this is that I think within something that is not necessarily pretty, you can take it and make something beautiful out of it. That's the hope for this lesson. Grab your guitar. We're going to talk about bends today, right after this. Hi, my name is David Wallerman. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players like you find your voice on the instrument, develop it to tell your own personal musical story. And today is all about expressing yourself with a single note. Yeah, we will play more than one note, but the approach can work with just one note. And the idea behind this is that when you're playing a note, regardless of the note, you can get a lot of different tones out of it. Right now I'm playing that 3rd string, 5th fret. That's the kind of tone that I can get, but I can also get, if I attack it more lightly, that kind of thing. If I play with my thumb, it sounds a little different than with my index. And I can also make this pitch happen like this. So we got to fix it a little bit, right? I'm not used to this guitar, but every guitar is a little different. But you still get the same pitch, but different, right? It's not as perfect as this. On a piano, if you hit a note, you will hear that note. That's the pitch you're getting. On the guitar, you can bring out the color of a note by bending it a little bit, and that's the approach here. We're talking about bends out of somewhere, but you don't necessarily know where they're coming from. In other words, I'm not talking about this, where you're starting a pitch, bending that note so that you reach the second pitch. In that particular idea, there are two pitches going on, right? You've got the starting pitch and the landing pitch. Here, we're pre-bending, then we're playing the note, adding a little bit of vibrato if you need to fix that intonation. But that's the main idea of this, this type of research here. I'm playing with my fingers. This is not a must. I want you to develop your picking and your finger playing also. I think that's where you can discover new things. But the idea here is to play a series of notes, a very simple melodic lick type of thing. And one of these notes is going to be bended. But I don't want you to hear two pitches, just one pitch. So, for example, something like this, where we have 4 notes. So I am playing a chromatic idea here on the 3rd string, fret 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, I'm going to play these pull-offs. Okay? Something like that, for example. Well, that last note could be pre-bended. So since I landed on the 4th fret here, I'm going to pre-bend the 3rd fret so it sounds like this. This idea sounds different than this, but the main idea is still there, right? So you're still hearing the 4 pitches, but they sound a little different. So at first, when you're developing this kind of pre-bend thing, it might sound a little unnatural, and it might feel difficult because it's not really embedded in your musical speech. When I'm talking to you now, I don't have to think about, oh gosh, I really want to talk about intonation, but I can't remember how to place, my mouth correctly to make the sound in. I just say it, intonation. But first, when I first heard the word intonation, it was in 1996. I was actually driving down the road, and on the radio I heard that lame joke, we'll roll with it, but you get the idea. The first time you hear something, it's a little unnatural. Then you start using it in your speech, it still feels a little unnatural until the day where you can be talking about intonation and it doesn't sound weird. Same thing here. Okay, let's go back to our instrument here. We've got the 4 notes that we now are playing this way. Now, if I want to flow this and not play this as staccato like this, maybe I can do the pull-offs. And since that last note needs to be pre-bended, right here, which is kind of a big stretch here between the middle and the index, I'm going to add another movement here. A quick slide. So if I slow this down, you're hearing multiple pitches. You're hearing the landing pitch real quick, the pitch that we're bending to, and the bend. So we're hearing this, but it's so fast that we're really focusing just on that landing note. So this becomes this. The technique, once acquired, gets this feeling of, not the technique I should say, but the delivery using that technique makes it sound a little imperfect, but yet it works, almost like a Jeff Beck type of feel. And if this was a very simple, 4-note idea, but if you add this to the licks that you're already playing, the phrasing that you're already comfortable with, it can result in something pretty interesting, I think. So let's just free-form improv here. I'm going to be an A type of thing, so I've got my A minor blues. See what I did there? Instead of doing this, I pre-bended this note. So first you're just exploring, simple motifs, and eventually what might sound like something very mechanical, very scalar, very exercise-like will just kind of like smoothly tell the musical story that you're after. So that's really what I want you to develop, those kind of lines. A little imperfect, but you're still aiming for the perfect note, but it's very different than right? Especially considering that you're not necessarily starting from a proper note within your scale that you're using. You're actually starting from the outside notes sometimes, and that adds a very interesting flavor. So if I play this note that I was playing, I'm actually starting from the major third, which does not work with a minor chord, but I'm making it right. So you have that feeling of, on the edge, but yet, it sounds pretty good, I think. Anyways, that's the idea that I had for you today. And I prepared for you a few extra ideas. Tabs, tablatures in Guitar Pro format, PDF, and a backing track, the one that you're hearing right now, actually. And that track and the tabs can be gotten gotten, delivered, not purchased, they're free. They're yours. Just visit the link below, enter a valid email address, and I'll be sending you those right away. And if you have not seen my videos before, thank you for trying this one out. If you liked what you saw today, you should subscribe, because every week, 3 videos like this one come out. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 p.m. US Mountain Time, helping guitar players like you find your voice on the instrument, develop it to tell your own musical story. This is an instrument. This is your pencil. It's not the pencil that tells a story, it's the author. Let's learn how to use this as a proper tool to tell our own personal musical story. Nobody can play the way you play. I really believe that. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Practice well.